welcome back to Wrestling Flash. In this WWE and all things wrestling video we are going to look at Roman Reigns vs. Brock Lesnar WrestleMania 38 Hell in a Cell match. The Miz takes a massive shot at John Cena. Raw spoilers, leaked returns, Seth Rollins in big trouble with Vince McMahon, and WWE renames Raw before WrestleMania. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, so you are the first to know when we upload a new video. WWE renames Raw before WrestleMania. WWE has decided to rename the Go-Home edition of Monday Night Raw before the upcoming WrestleMania 38. WWE is no stranger to rebrands, with one recent example being the complete overhaul of NXT into NXT 2.0 now. The next Raw episode is WrestleMania Raw. Scheduled in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the episode will feature a face-to-face showdown between WWE Champion Brock Lesnar and Universal Champion Roman Reigns, 6 days before their main event clash on Mania Sunday. Twitter account WrestleOps made mention of the name change in a tweet. The Raw rebrand is a way to build hype around WrestleMania 38, with WWE throwing everything at the promotion of their biggest show of the year. As WrestleMania fast approaches, WWE also rebranded their Friday night show. Instead of SmackDown, WWE will air WrestleMania SmackDown this coming Friday on Fox, which will feature several Mania-worthy matchups to get fans excited for the weekend. These matches include Ricochet defending his Intercontinental Championship and the annual Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which has seen its place continue to fall on the Mania card in recent years, failing to even feature on the kickoff show for the past 2 years. This year's match will include the likes of Apollo Crews, Robert Roode, and former WWE Champion Jinder Mahal. The special edition of SmackDown will take place on April 1st in Dallas, Texas. What do you think of WWE's rebranding efforts? Which match are you most excited for at WrestleMania 38? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Seth Rollins in big trouble with Vince McMahon. WWE Chairman Vince McMahon has summoned Seth Rollins to his office on Monday morning after the Architect issued a huge threat on Raw earlier this week. The former champion is furious that he has no match scheduled for WrestleMania despite several attempts to claim a spot over the last few weeks. Rollins has tried everything from competing for tag team titles to hijacking talk shows and dream matches. Unfortunately, none of his plans have worked out so far. The repeated failures led to Seth Rollins declaring that he wouldn't allow the Raw before WrestleMania run smoothly unless he gets a prominent spot on WWE's shows. That appears to be the final straw for Vince McMahon. Rollins recently took to Twitter to share a screenshot of a text message he received from WWE's chairman that read, "Seth, someone from my office is going to be reaching out to you to set up a meeting at corporate headquarters. I want you in my office at 9 a.m. on Monday." Rollins wrote, of course, in his caption. WWE official Adam Pearce quickly responded to the post by inviting the Architect to chat about the text at the live event tonight in Kitchener, Ontario. Rollins emphatically agreed to the meeting. It will be interesting to see what's in store for the Raw superstar as the road to WrestleMania reaches its culmination. Seth Rollins has left no stone unturned in his quest to be part of WrestleMania 38. He believes that he deserves a moment to shine on the grandest stage of them all, but he has yet to gain the opportunity. Rollins initially planned to win the Raw Tag Team Championships alongside Kevin Owens and earn a WrestleMania spot, but those dreams were crushed after RK Bro reclaimed their titles. Following that, he faced Kevin Owens in a bid to replace him as host of the WrestleMania segment that will feature Stone Cold Steve Austin. However, he lost in the decisive bout. Finally, he attempted this week to replace AJ Styles in his dream match against Edge, but failed again. Interestingly, recent backstage reports claim that WWE wants Seth Rollins to face Cody Rhodes, who is expected to make a huge return at WrestleMania. The rumors about the former AEW star signing with WWE have added plenty of fuel to those reports. Seth's meeting with the corporation is expected to play a massive role in determining his immediate future. It remains to be seen just what that future entails as we enter the final week before Mania. Raw spoilers, leaked, top name returning to possibly set up big singles WrestleMania 38 match. Bobby Lashley could return on the next episode of Raw to set up a WrestleMania match. The show of shows is just around the corner and the 2-night annual extravaganza boasts a bunch of high-profile bouts. It looks like one more match might get added to the already stacked card. Bobby Lashley lost the WWE title inside Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia. The Almighty was injured even before he could come out of his chamber pod and was then taken out of the match. It was later reported that Lashley had suffered an injury in his Royal Rumble match against Brock Lesnar, which was why WWE planned for him to lose the title in such a fashion. As per PW Insider's Mike Johnson, Lashley is scheduled to return to WWE TV tomorrow night on Raw. Bobby Lashley, who has not been seen since the WWE Elimination Chamber PPV, is expected to return to WWE TV this Monday on Raw in Pittsburgh, PWInsider.com has confirmed, wrote Johnson. WrestleVotes recently reported that WWE's rising star Omos will be getting a match at WrestleMania 38. Shortly after, Fightful reported that Omos' opponent at the mega event could be none other than Bobby Lashley. If these reports have any truth to them, fans might get to see a confrontation between Lashley and Omos tomorrow night to set up their encounter. As per Dave Meltzer of WR, backstage pitches were made to have Gable Steveson squash Omos in 20 seconds in his debut match at WrestleMania 38. That's certainly not the current plan heading into WrestleMania, though. Lashley recently shared a somewhat cryptic post on his official Instagram handle, amidst reports of his upcoming return to WWE TV. He certainly wasn't happy with how he lost the WWE title inside Elimination Chamber and would love to become the top act on the roster again. Are you excited for Lashley's rumored return? What would be your reaction if he faces Omos at WrestleMania? The Miz takes a massive shot at John Cena. John Cena had quite a heartfelt reaction after a former WWE rival took a shot at him in his latest tweet. The 16-time world champion is one of the most respected men in pro wrestling. He has done it all in the business and is currently doing quite well in Hollywood. Cena is well known for his wholesome Twitter handle, where he regularly shares inspirational content. The Suicide Squad star recently sent major praise towards former WWE champion The Miz and called him one of his favorite on-screen villains. The A-lister responded to the tweet by taking a shot at Cena, reminding him of his win at WrestleMania 27. The 16-time world champion's response to The Miz's jibe left fans in absolute awe of him. I do, vividly. You worked your off on the road to the event and at the event itself, sacrificing your body during the event to do all you could to give the audience every ounce, even possibly at the expense of your own memory. Your passion and dedication hasn't ever changed, Cena wrote in his tweet. The Miz was the WWE champion, heading into WrestleMania 27 in 2011. He won the title after successfully cashing in the MITB contract on Randy Orton. At Elimination Chamber 2011, John Cena defeated CM Punk, John Morrison, Sheamus, Randy Orton, and R-Truth to punch his ticket to a WWE title match at WrestleMania. Hence, Cena and The Miz kicked off their feud heading into the event. At the show of shows, The Miz defeated Cena due to interference by The Rock. This was one of those rare WrestleMania finishes where a heel walked out victorious. John Cena is no longer a regular WWE attraction. He had a brief run last year which culminated with a Universal title loss to Roman Reigns. There's no news yet as to when Cena will return to WWE TV. The Miz is still going strong in WWE and is set to team up with Logan Paul to take on the Mysterios at WrestleMania 38. Roman Reigns vs. Brock Lesnar WrestleMania 38 Hell in a Cell match. The build-up to the winner-take-all match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar has been superb, being the best build of their 3 WrestleMania encounters. The one thing that is missing is a stipulation. Considering the intensity of this feud, that stipulation should be a Hell in a Cell match. The one constant in the build-up to this feud has been Reigns, the Usos, and Paul Heyman, costing Lesnar at every given opportunity. From Heyman tossing the title into the ring and the Usos interfering at Crown Jewel to Reigns attacking Lesnar during his WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble, allowing Bobby Lashley to win. There have been numerous occasions where the Bloodline has wronged the current WWE champion. Despite the odds, Lesnar has made his way to WrestleMania as the champion and should let nothing get in the way between him and the head of the table. With the Hell in a Cell stipulation, Heyman and the Usos would be locked outside, making it difficult for them to get involved in the match and assist Reigns. The Hell in a Cell stipulation will also put some doubt in the minds of the fans on who will win. While Brock Lesnar has only been in 2 Hell in a Cell matches, he beat The Undertaker in both. The head of the table is 5-0 in Hell in a Cell matches. All of these matches are in the era of the annual Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. The Tribal Chief has registered victories against Rusev, Rey Mysterio, Bray Wyatt, Jey Uso, and Braun Strowman inside the hellish structure. WrestleMania and Hell in a Cell have one thing in common. This is where long rivalries come to an end. As we saw with the Edge-Seth Rollins feud, WWE is more than capable of using the stipulation properly. Reigns and Lesnar at WrestleMania inside the 25-feet-high structure would go a long way towards redeeming the barbaric nature of the stipulation as well as delivering a classic WrestleMania match. Roman Reigns and the Bloodline have been costing Lesnar every chance they get, the latest being the Royal Rumble Premium Live event. The Beast Incarnate also wants Reigns' blood after the Universal Champion busted him open at the Madison Square Garden Live event. Hell in a Cell is the perfect match stipulation to end their rivalry once and for all and give the fans a decisive finish. Do you think Roman Reigns vs. Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38 should be a Hell in a Cell match? Let us know in the comments.